Excuse me. Are you all right? You seem to be in need of assistance. You're not going to lash out at me if I approach, are you? I mean you no harm, I assure you. I am a healer. You seem to be in some discomfort, and I thought you might require assistance. Can you hear me? I'm going to approach you now. Don't worry. I'm coming closer. I'm armed, I should tell you, so don't try anything, but I really am here to help you, I promise. All right. You seem to be an agreeable fellow. I'm going to set my things down. There we go. Get nice and comfortable. All right. What's the matter? Take your hands away from your face. I need to see what the damage is. Oh. Oh dear. What's happened to your eyes? This is particularly devastating damage here. There's nothing left. It's just empty sockets. What happened to you? All right. No need to tell me the story. I'm here to help. I have some supplies in my bag. I'm going to get them out. I don't see any creatures around that could have done this. There was a demi-human camp a few minutes back down the path, but they seemed to be peaceful. It didn't seem like they would have done this. Yeah. You seem to be in great discomfort. I'll try to relax you. Here, I know some perfuming arts. You know what a perfumer is? Is your mind entirely there? Hello? Yes, yes. Come back to me. There you are. Good, good, good. I have some perfume here. It should dull the senses a little bit. Give you some reprieve from the pain. Let me just open my perfume bottle. This formula was originally devised by Saint Trina. It should make you a little dozy, but you'll still stay awake. Alright, I'm going to put a few puffs in your direction. Breathe deeply. You should already feel the pain subsiding. It works very quickly. I'm going to put the perfume away. always have trouble with this cap. Never quite wants to secure itself as it should. There we are. Perfect. All right. Back in the bag. So, are you feeling a little more relaxed? I'll keep a calm, soothing voice. You're perfectly safe now. Don't worry. If anything approaches with ill intent, I carry a misericord dagger, and I'm quite experienced with it. I'll be able to fight off whatever comes knocking on our cozy little shack here. Yes, I've passed by this area before. I've never seen anybody in here. Long abandoned, I assumed, and so I was surprised to see you here. Especially in such a state of agony on your knees, hands clasping at your face. I know the last person who stayed in the shack. He was a dark, dark man. A hunter of the misbegotten. They took his daughter from him. And, in return, he hunted them down, one by one, slaughtering them like animals. Until a particular tarnished finally brought his killing spree to an end. He used this shack as his base of operations. You can still find dumplings of rotted meat scattered around the floorboards. I avoid this place when I can. But now that you are somewhat more relaxed, I'm going to apply some ointment to your eye sockets. Is that all right? We have to ward off infection and encourage the healing process. Are you all right with that? Just nod or shake your head. Okay. Good, good. Here. I'm going to get close to you. And here's the ointment. Rub it into my hands. Now, I didn't want to alarm you in case you had negative connotations with it, but I am a white mask. Do you know what white masks are? We were surgeons in the war, the shattering. Although surgeon is a generous term, we did open up bodies of the injured, but rarely was it to save their life. Rather, we brought an end to their suffering through a swift and merciful death. I'm not proud of the work that I did, but I used the tools at my disposal. But I've changed since then. I no longer dole out mercy killings as a matter of first resort, and there's no need to do it to you, so don't worry. But I'm going to apply the ointment now. I'll be gentle. There we are. All right. Nice and gentle. It should feel a little tingly, but not painful. Yes. There we are. Good, good, good. I used to want to be a perfumer. Are you familiar with the perfumers? I couldn't tell at first. Seems that your mind has become a little dazed, perhaps, from the pain. I'll refresh your memory of these lands. We are in the lands between your home and mine. And, as I can tell, you are a tarnished, just like me. There, that should do it for that eye socket. And now the left. As tarnished, we have been called back to the lands between, to bring order to the chaos here. But things have not been going so well. I was here during the shattering. I fought, and I killed as necessary. But before that, I had dreams of being a perfumer, healers and herbalists who crafted remedies for all sorts of ailments. Trisha, the perfumer, one of the greatest of our order, truly one to look up to. She was my teacher. She taught me all that I knew. But I did not have enough time with her before the shattering began, and the war called me away before I had finished my tutelage. Now I only know a few of her remedies, and in the war I was unable to serve effectively as a healer, and so I became a war surgeon. You could recognize us by our white masks and white gowns, and the misericord daggers that we carry. Anyway, that's the lotion applied. Looks alright. So you just stay there. I'm going to tie a soft linen around your head, just to make sure that no dust or anything gets into the sockets. Hold still. There we are. Yes. I served with many other white masks. Have you met any white masks? If you do meet them in the future, I would stay away. Any trace of goodness in them has been corrupted. There we are. The white masks were kidnapped, stolen away by that mad luminary, Moog, the Lord of Blood. They've been turned into his servants, raising up his fetid cessblood as an offering to his depraved god. But we do not need to dwell on that now. Here, drink from this. It is a flask of crimson tears. It will accelerate the healing process. Yes, drink up, drink up. There you are, there you are. Good, good, good. Alright. Swallow that down. And take another gulp. Good, 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 good. Alright, here. Lay your head back on this moss. There you are, there you are. Good, good, good. Get nice and comfortable. Well, let's see. I don't see any other wounds on your body. Did you not fight back against this? Who did this to you? Curious. Curious, curious, curious. Well, regardless, you're going to need to find a way to deal with your new condition. Being unable to see. You need security. A place to stay, a place to sleep, a place to get out of the rain. Have you received an invitation to the Round Table Hold? No? Well, consider this your invitation. It is a place of safety for tarnished like you and me. Oh, this. It's just a bit of warm tea. Warms the bones in these grace-forsaken lands. Once you've regained some of your strength, I'll take you to the Round Table. There you can find a measure of security and safety. I can't promise that there will always be a warm welcome. Some of the folks there are a little difficult to get along with, you might say. But as long as you stay in the upper floors, you'll be safe. There is a pact of non-aggression there, so we cannot harm each other. In fact, now that I think about it, there's somebody there who might be able to help you. Brother Corin. He is a holy practitioner of the two fingers. He wears a blindfold. He might be able to help teach you how to live in a sightless world. He would be more than happy to do so. He's a very generous fellow. But there are others who tend to frequent the Round Table, and you should be prepared to deal with their, shall we say, surly natures. Do you know of Sir Gideon Ofnir, the All-Knowing? Well, he has a bit of a haughty nature about him, and he will not welcome you with open arms. But pay no mind to him. He thinks any tarnished who likes to rest their weary bones by the fire is, well, I don't know, wasting their time, wasting a room that could be used for a more constant fellow. But no matter. I just want you to be prepared for the fact that there may be some tarnished there who are less than pleasant. But most of the folks there are quite lovely. You'll meet Master Hugh, the blacksmith. A prickly fellow at first, but he has a good heart. There are plenty of others there. You'll find a spirit tuner. She's a lovely, lovely girl. Do you have any spirit ash? A jellyfish? Oh yes, no, I've seen them. Roaming the lands. Curious. Well, you may also meet another tarnished there. I've not caught their name yet, but they've been making quite a stir. The demigods of the lands between have long clung to their great runes, jealously guarding them. And no tarnished so far has been able to claim those great runes until now. This particular tarnished of no renown has been making strides in their quest to become the Elden Lord. In fact, I recently fought alongside them. Did you hear of the Radahn festival? No. In Caelid, at Redmane Castle, the Radahn festival recently took place. A great festival to bring an honourable end to General Radahn, greatest warrior of the Shattering, he who fought Malenia the Severed to a standstill in the Caelid wilds, breaking her body and his mind. Where Malenia has gone I could not say, but General Radahn has wandered, Malenia's scarlet rot eating at his sanity. He devours the bodies on the old battlefields. A truly sad end for such a great warrior. But this festival was a way to bring his suffering to an end, to give a great warrior's death to General Radahn. I thought it only fitting that as a white mask I do what I do best, and give a mercy killing to him who was beyond helping. I fought alongside other great warriors of the realm, great warriors of the lands between, Alexander, the Iron Fist, a warrior jar like none I have ever seen, Blythe, a half-wolf companion of the lunar princess Rani, Dragoth, the bull goat, Patches, although a cowardly warrior he is, disappeared not even a minute into the fight. Many warriors showed up for the festival, but none were quite so impressive as this Tarnished. When all was said and done, the rest of us had been cast aside in the battle, and this Tarnished and General Radahn went toe to toe, and General Radahn fell. And finally, the great demigod found peace. Unfortunately, he had been holding back the stars, even in his madness. What terrible power he carried. But the lands between have survived far worse than a fallen star, and they will continue to do so. But this Tarnished I spoke of, they claimed Radahn's great rune. Last I heard, they were headed to Liurnia, seeking the Academy of Rhea Lucaria, and the great rune held by Renala. Did you hear what transpired at Castle Stormvale recently? No, I suppose not. Well, the pathetic lord of that castle, Godric the Golden, as he would have styled himself. He was not golden. He was a grafted monstrosity. But our upstart Tarnished recently brought an end to him as well. 2 great runes this Tarnished held, and a third if they succeed in their quest at Rea Lucaria. But I will not bore you with exploits of this adventurer. If they succeed in their quest, soon enough they will sit the throne of Elden Lord, and perhaps bring order once more to our lands between. It was a wonderful battle. I'm not much of a warrior, but I'm handy with my misericord. Here. I know you can't see it, but perhaps you can hear that. It's still in its sheath. I'll pull it out of its sheath. Yes. It's a fine weapon. Used for dark deeds, no doubt, but for good ones as well. It has saved lives, as well as ending them. It catches the light, gleams brightly. I do have a great fondness for it. Even with the dark memories that accompany it. But no need to linger on weapons of war. I will put it back in its sheath. How are you feeling? Is the pain dissipated somewhat? What's that? Under the blindfold I see a flickering. Oh no. I see what's happened. Your eyes were not taken from you. You plucked them out yourself. The finger maiden that was traveling through these lands. She was seeking Shabriri Grapes. You must have given them to her. Oh, you poor, poor soul. You've heard the call of frenzied flame, haven't you? I see the spark in your eye sockets. The spark of frenzy. But you have not lost your wits entirely, Tarnished. You still hang in the balance, perhaps. You are not lost entirely to the burning madness of the 3 fingers. Perhaps I could persuade you to reevaluate your course of action. But you must have suffered greatly, for that is how the frenzied flame works. It comes to those who are in the darkest reaches of agony. For those are the only ones who would accept it. Its madness and chaos. Poor Tarnished. Let me tell you a story. Perhaps you have heard that under the capital of Lanedale lie terrible shunning grounds. In these places, the poor omen are put. The royalty who are born omen are stuffed underground, left there to rot and suffer, hidden away from the world. But deeper still, deeper and deeper beneath the ground, one will eventually find a certain catacomb. But the dead were not buried in this catacomb. The living were. The nomadic merchants that wander the lands between. Have you seen them? You have? Well, long ago, the great caravan of those merchants was accused of heretical practices, and in punishment they were all stuffed down there into the catacomb and sealed inside hundreds of the poor sods, lost in the dark, their families, their brothers, sisters, children, trapped there. And what did they do, knowing that they were meeting their end? Well, they had nothing left to live for. For all that they cared about was being destroyed around them. And so they reached out to the frenzied flame and summoned it into the world. Now, that catacomb, the frenzied flame prescription, is host to the Three Fingers and the hundreds of poor merchants who died in agony there. It is a terrible story. But let me ask you, Tarnished, what did summoning the frenzied flame avail them of? Nothing. No boon came from it. They suffered just the same. All they did was spite the world. And I can understand that in the depths of your pain and suffering, you may wish to spite the world. But at least in the world as it is, in our shattered world, in our world full of suffering and injustice and pain, births continue, lives are lived hope lives on. In a world of frenzied flame, all that would come to an end. Oh, Tarnished, perhaps you thought of becoming the Lord of Frenzied Flame. I do not know your soul. I do not know your intentions or your ambitions. But I warn you, to become a Lord of the Frenzied Flame is to squash any hope that our lands have for peace in the future. The lands between will be one unending fire of chaos. All that distinguishes will be broken down and burnt away, and there will be one great mass of pain and tears. But what good are words in the face of pain? I do not know what happened to you that caused you so much suffering that you offered your grapes to that maiden. But I believe she has completed her journey to the capital and waits in the prescription for a Tarnished worthy of adopting the Frenzied Flame. Do not go there, Tarnished. Do not adopt the Frenzied Flame. I beg of you. But enough of such grim things. Let's get out of here. Go to the Round Table Hold. We'll find you a nice, comfortable bed. You can lie down and wait for the pain to pass. And when you recover, Brother Corin can help you, teach you how to walk through the world without your eyes. Tarnished, we will have a new lord soon. I believe that this Tarnished of no renown I spoke of will claim the great runes and will mend the fractured Elden Ring, and that our lands between will be whole once more. Do not lose yourself before that happens, for the world will be good again. I promise. Now, close your eyes. Relax. Go to sleep. And when you awake, you will be in the Round Table Hold. Safe. Warm. Comfortable. I'll introduce you to Thea. She will embrace you, show you love, and you will see that there are still things worth living for.